Welcome into Soda City Living. I'm Madeline Stewart. Imagine being able to have a walk-through tour of a restaurant that you've never been to, or maybe a spa that you're wanting to visit. This technology and so much more is now possible through a local business called Emryn, and that's really only the tip of the iceberg. Joining us now is Delano Troop, co-owner of Emryn. Now, Delano, tell us what we're doing in this restaurant today and why we're here.
Well, this is a cool project where we worked with Mr. Chris Fitz, the owner of the Hollow, and they did this whole theme of the Sleepy Hollow for Halloween. So we scanned it so people can get the experience of how this space is without being here, and give the whole decor of everything.
And there are a lot of different benefits, not only for restaurants, with this scanning that you do. So for example, with the Hollow, you would open the website and what do you see?
It's actually better than just open up a website and trying to read something. You're actually open up the website and you can feel like you're actually here. So a lot of times you go on the website and you read, and it's like over the services and the things that they might offer. But with our services, you import right into the space and you can virtually walk around, click around there. We also have some features where we add in the menu, where you can see their live menu for their fall menu and everything here, and pictures of the food. So any media embed in here, we can put inside the scan.
And it's really interesting because you're kind of immersed in a space that you've never been to, and you did a similar service for a spa not too far away, where they're offering some services that people may not have heard of, a little unfamiliar. So what this scanning does is make people familiar, right?
It gives the full visibility. So a lot of times everybody says a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, we really don't know how much a scan is really worth.
Right.
The virtual tours could be priceless because, so let's talk about Shiva Spa. They had a salt cave. Well, everybody hears a salt cave. You're like, am I going down in a cave? And then she has some other services like the float therapy room. They're like, what am I doing in here? Well, people will want to come in and actually visit it before they book services. Well, that interrupted somebody's session, but that's also making her lose out on the customer. So we scanned it so people can see the salt cave and the float therapy room all on her website.
And it makes it so accessible because you can go on that website anytime and take a 3D walkthrough tour. And people are probably wondering, how does this technology work? How do you go into businesses and do this?
Well, so one, it's hard for people to figure out when to actually call us, because a lot of times people think it's video and pictures. They don't know that there's a third option of a virtual tour. A lot of people see a virtual tour from real estate, and they see it there, but they don't know that we can apply to other industries. So when people reach out to us, we come in with our 4K LiDAR cameras or drones. So we come in and utilize LiDAR, light detection and ranging. It's just like sonar and radar and everything like that, but it's using lasers. And what it would do is take depth and measurements of the whole entire facility. Wherever we put our camera down, you're seeing the full angle view of everything. That next process is us stitching it together. We go back in, on the back end, stitch together, take all these images together and create this virtual tour.
And this can work for so many other industries other than restaurants and hospitality, right?
Correct. So one of the things I always like to say, and it's like a shocker to people, but we scan crime scenes.
Wow.
We haven't done none here, but we've been part of the first responders teams where we go out and scan the crime scene, because now if a detective don't have to come out here and figure out whatever they need to measure, you can measure inside of our scan, because since we're using LiDAR, you can measure points and get dimensions and things of that nature.
So if people are interested in learning more about what you do, where can they find you?
So our website is emrynvs.com. I would like to maybe use this as a segue to talk about the name Emryn. So my wife and I, we had a stillborn at 27 weeks, and our daughter name was Emryn. And while we were going on that journey, one of my business partners were trying to mull over names, and he just said, Emryn. And of course, with me, of course, I started crying and everything like that, because it's like, what are you talking about? Hearing her name all the time, it just brings up emotions. But it's just like, he's like, no, Emryn is the name of the company. I'm like, okay.
I love that. What a beautiful dedication. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yes.
Co-owner Demetrius Troop is now going to walk us through some more of the real-world applications, specifically for construction and manufacturing. So when it comes to construction sites, what are some of the services that you can offer?
So first, when you think about what you need at a construction site, you have to think about all the different avenues. So first thing you're going to need is your drawings, your CAD scans, those kind of files. So when we come in and we do our scan, we're giving you a whole schematic of everything that needs to be done. So once the scan is complete, we can convert that into PDFs, CAD files, or anything you may need. Also, you're going to need communication between different contractors. So you got your subcontractors, and they're going to need to be able to communicate with each other on what needs to be done at certain times. So with the progressive scans that we offer, you start off bare bones. You come in when there's nothing there, start doing our scan, and then eventually we'll come in later on when the sheetrock walls start to come up, and you end up with a full visualization of what the building's going to look like in the end.
I think specifically with construction and manufacturing, your tagline is really perfect. So tell us what that is.
So at Emryn, we're the virtual solutions to the built and yet to be built. So when we come in, everybody thinks, oh, a virtual scan can only be for what's there. This is existing buildings. I haven't started yet, so I'm gonna have to wait to call Emryn. No, you call us when there's dirt. There's nothing there. We come in, we'll scan that. There you can get your levelings and things like that, and then halfway come in through, once you start pouring your cement slabs and all that, you'll have your complete drawing, a complete history of that building. So if God forbid down the line an insurance claim happened, well, now you can prove what it looked like beforehand.
That's another great point, because I've seen where people may go through a building with just their phone and take video, but that's really not getting the whole picture.
Exactly. People will, during a hurricane, we get a lot of people calling because insurance people want to know what's all damaged, what really needs to be done here. And you can take video, but you're going to be going back, rewinding, trying to find those key points. Through the scan, you walking through at your own pace, at your own time. You can highlight certain things that wasn't there before. Of course, you see a tree fall, you're gonna have to get the whole thing done. But there might be something that you didn't know happened during that storm, and because we scanned it, that you can catch it in time.
Exactly. If someone is interested in learning more about your services or getting in touch to have you come out and do a scan, how do they go about getting in touch?
They can always go on our website, emrynvs.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.